Good morning, DRS. It's always very special to be able to spend some time speaking with you, even if it's not live at this point. Very, very often get asked the question, why did you move to Eretz Yisrael and what makes it so special to be living in Eretz Yisrael? Is the idea of what the famous pasuk in Sefer Devarim tells us, that Eretz Yisrael is the land of Tamid Einei Hashem Elokecha. It's the land where the eyes of Hashem are constantly on it. And the famous Ramban, tells us that when we get involved in the discussion of Hashgacha Pratit, when we get involved with how Hashem conducts and supervises the world, His supervision and His watching over Eretz Yisrael is a lot more intense and a lot more direct than the rest of the world. As the pasuk tells us, Tamid Einei Hashem Elokecha, Hashem's eyes are constantly there. Now that could seem a bit abstract for you boys, and for me as well, but after living here, Baruch Hashem, for close to 3 years, I think that one could say that the way that we live here in this country, and the hashgacha, the nisim that take place constantly, the fact that we're surrounded by all these huge Arab nations that are just waiting to swallow us up, and the fact that we are still not just surviving but thriving, and there's so much Torah and so much chesed going on, and life is thriving here in this country, is obviously the biggest proof to the fact that Hashem is watching over us. And there's nothing more reassuring and secure in terms of a feeling for anyone when you know that you're being watched and someone's looking after you at every step of the way. And to have HaKadosh Baruch Hu doing that for us is something special. And I don't feel guilty, sitting here talking to you and you're wondering, okay, it's really nice talking so great about Eretz Yisrael while we're living all in America. I don't really feel so guilty, because Be'ezrat Hashem, that's where we're all going to end up. We're going to end up in Eretz Yisrael, in our land. Hopefully it's going to come really, really soon, and the sooner the better for all of us. And Be'ezrat Hashem, this should be a year that all of Klal Yisrael gathers back together here in Eretz HaKodesh, and we look forward to greeting you back here. Enjoy the rest.
Hi, my name is Benji Yielder. I graduated from DRS in 2002. I always grew up thinking there are lots of places people can live. People can live in Chicago, people can live in Los Angeles, people can live in Lawrence, Hewlett, Inwood, maybe not Inwood, but people could live in Jerusalem, and it was just the same as all the other aforementioned cities. What's different about Israel? I opened up a Tanakh, and any of you could open up a Tanakh, and the Jewish people in Jerusalem are always seen together. Okay, starting from Avram Avinu, he was sent to Eretz Yisrael. The Jews left Mitzrayim. Where were they going? They were going to Eretz Yisrael. All the Nevuahs are all talking about Eretz Yisrael. Now, what's so special about it? Hashem tells us very clearly that Eretz Yisrael, okay, is the home of the Jewish people. So what am I doing? What am I doing living in a place that's not the home of the Jewish people? I'm Jewish. I'm part of the Jewish people. I want to be with everyone else on a nationalistic level. My nationality is Jewish, and therefore my nationality is being Israeli. Yom Ha'Atzmaut Sameach.
I feel extremely lucky that I am able to live in Israel. If you would ask me what the main reason that I love living in Israel, so I would have to say that the link that this land has with Klal Yisrael, with Hashem, is something very, very special. The people that are generally found in Israel often display a focus on spirituality, on service of God. I had the opportunity to learn each day in the biggest yeshiva in the world, and it's something that's very, very special to me and to my family, and I hope to continue doing it as long as I can.
To me, making Aliyah to Israel has always been about Jewish identity and feeling part of something greater than oneself. I remember clearly 1996, I had the privilege of attending Game 6, the Yankees clinching the first World Series title of their run of excellence in the late 90s and the beginning of the 2000 decade. I was in the stadium that night, and the level of unity with everybody focused together was amazing. As a sports fan, you felt like a part of something greater and bigger than yourselves. It was a community in a world of Yankee fans, and your individual problems and concerns and issues were irrelevant, at least for one night. Living in Israel with much more important stakes and ideas is like that every day. You're a part of something bigger than yourself. With the sacrifices and with the victories, with the tragedies and with the celebrations, you're able to recognize your role, recognize your place as a part of the greatest Jewish people. You feel that way going down to the supermarket. You feel that way in an Arab Shabbos. You feel that way on the great days of Yom HaZikaron and Yom Ha'Atzmaut. When you join with people, many of whom are strangers in a social context, you join them in your identity as a Jew in your home.